everyone, welcome to Behind the Nail Pros for our November issue. This month we invited Michelle Sproat to come down to the Nail Pro offices to do our cover. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you here. Michelle had sent me some nail images that were just beautiful and got our creative juices flowing, and I got so excited that we sort of melded a couple of the ideas together and we ended up with
the Cameo.
So tell me a little bit how you started with these nails. We sort of joke about the camo, but it's mostly because there were different colors of acrylic used, and obviously the Cameo on the nail plate. So start from the beginning. How did you begin?
I used a makeover to extend the nail bed and make it look like a long, perfect nail bed. And then I added a little bit of shimmer. Since I was going to keep the finish as a raw finish, I wanted a little bit of sparkle to it. And then after that, I added some sweeps of white to make the nail coming around to the end, two separate sweeps of white, and then a little bit of a shimmer with some raspberry colored bullion, and then another bit of shimmer with some opalescent sequins.
Now, for the shape of the nail, the original style was a stiletto, but we've done a lot of stilettos this year, so we wanted to do something a little bit different. Now, this was sort of it was on the verge to becoming a stiletto, but it's like you chopped off the very pointy end. Right. Are you doing that while you're sculpting it, or is that something you go in afterwards and file with?
Well, ideally, you want to do all of your work as much as you can when you are sculpting so that you don't have as much filing time afterward. But when I'm visualizing the finished nail, I kind of see where it's going to taper to at the extension, and then decide on the perfect length for that and shorten it off right there instead of continuing to a point.
After you applied the different color, the black acrylic and the glittery acrylic, you capped the whole thing.
Yes, I capped it in a clear, and then I did file and shape it at that point, and then that's when you could have the option of finishing with a high shine, however you choose to hand file or a gel sealer, but I took it a little bit further and added the three-dimensional with my white. First of all, applying little dots along where the smile line area is, and using a marbleizing tool to dot that out and make little circles so that I could apply little silver bullion into the center of the circles. Then from there I added a little white ruffle on the edge of the black, and the pattern is actually fairly abstract, but there's different ways you can do the ruffles more uniform, or you can do them in bits and pieces this way. And then from there, after the ruffle was added, I went ahead and put on some scrolling with a white gel, and I used a sharp tool to apply the scrolling, and then I would cure that.
Now let's talk about the ruffle for a minute. Do you have any tips on how to control the acrylic while you're doing this? I mean, you don't want it to be all runny, you want it to maintain its shape and to appear like a ruffle. How do you make that happen?
Well, in order to make a ruffle, you start off similar to how you would use to do a little petal, a small bead of fairly dry bead of white powder, or any color you choose. Make sure you use a very small bit, and a small brush is important, and watch for the shine to disappear off of that before you can mold it down to the nail. And you press it down, and the angle of the brush is really, really important, and as you're pressing it down, you'll see that it will make a little bit of a wave as opposed to just the center like you would for a flower. You kind of angle the brush different ways, and then use the tip of the brush to slightly lift the edge of the ruffle to create the ruffle, and do it in little pieces so it looks like it's moving, flowing across the nail.
Yeah, because it does look seamless. You wouldn't realize by looking at it that it was all pieced together like that. The Cameo part was by far my favorite part. I thought it was so cool, and we've been wanting for a long time to do something like this, and I think you really hit the mark. How did you create these little faces and these little designs that appeared so much like a Cameo pin?
So I practiced quite a bit, actually, to see how I would build this, because you're going to build it very small and then build upward off the nail to create, say, the chin or the nose, and the angle of the brush is very important when you're going to press out where the mouth will be, where the nostrils will be, and where the eyes will be. And then there was the addition of trying to figure out how to do hair and make it look like it's flowing. You have to remember that the product is setting as you're working with it, so you have to also know the timing of your product. It's very important to know how much you can apply with the time it's taking to set it before you can't move it anymore.
Sometimes we do nails like this that are so advanced and just, they're beautiful, but it is an advanced technique. What do you say to some nail techs who look at this and will look at this cover and think, you know, this is too much for me, or it's not applicable to my salon clients?
Well, first of all, if you look at the technique, basically you're applying a French type of nail with a makeover extension. So I think that to start with doing something simple like that, achieving the makeover application, which is used a lot in different types of nails, and then take it from there by adding a little creativity to how you apply your white, and then simply add a couple of embellishments into your clear or into your shimmer, and then shape it how you choose from there, whether it's square or oval or an elongated taper. You can do a variation of this nail that way and add a little bit of scrolling on top. Keep it simple. Make it a salon nail. It's very pretty. And if you're comfortable to do a 3D, maybe just choose a couple and accent a couple nails. It's really how you would make it a salon application.
Right, so you don't look at the entire picture, you sort of break it down and adopt the different techniques that you want to, you know, give to your salon clients.
Take it as far as you can take it.
Well, thank you so much once again
You're
for coming
welcome.
down here. I am so excited to have you. The nails are just gorgeous, and I know, for one, Carrie Frost, our fashion beauty editor, has been wanting Cameo nails on the cover for a long time.
Really?
So you made her little NAILPRO dream come true.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see the finished look.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. Thank you so much once
Thank
again.
you for having me.